All right, everybody. Good afternoon. Happy Easter, and welcome back into the Core 4 podcast. I'm joined by Seth, Tommy, and Owen. And it's been a while. Hope you guys enjoyed the interviews that we did with Reed Wilkins and Curtis Dixon. If you haven't, go check them out. They're on our YouTube channel. We had a lot of fun filming them, and we thank them for coming on. Today, we're going to talk about hockey. We're getting down into the stretch run, last 6 games or so. We got some tight, playoff races, teams that haven't clinched yet, matchups to be determined, scoring races are tight. And we'll talk about the games today, Sunday, April 5th. We'll talk a little about the Final Four. I know Tommy's pretty thrilled with UConn, and we'll hint at the Frozen Four a little bit. So, kind of just get your guys' thoughts here on the playoff race. Obviously, it's tight. Pacific Division continues to be, well, not the best division in hockey, that's for sure. It's kind of 1 through 3 are still undecided, and we kind of know the three teams in Anaheim, Edmonton, and Vegas who are going to finish in the top three. We don't know where. Central's been locked up for it feels like months. And then the tight, race in the East. So kind of just give me your guys' thoughts, any matchups you find intriguing, and if anyone wants to talk about the Pete DeBoer hiring and the Islanders that just dropped about an hour ago, which is pretty crazy news.
Well, first of all, as an Oilers fan, thanks, Flames. Kind of clutch last night. They could pull out a win against Anaheim with the Oilers getting absolutely routed by the Vegas Golden Knights. That was a tough watch. Um, the DeBoer hire was interesting, though. We were all sitting around before we hopped on, and yeah, surprising news. Me and O looked at each other. We're kind of like, "What?"
Which is it's weird. I mean, Pete DeBoer was successful with Dallas for a while, so it's not surprising he gets a job. Not even couldn't even make it a full season as a free agent as a coach, and he's already hired. I think he's going to do good things in New York, but I don't know. I mean, it's weird timing. They're third in the Metro. They're going to be 50-50 if they make the playoffs. Like, there's a lot of teams that are right on their tail.
Hmm.
Um, Philly is 1 point back with 2 games in hand. Columbus is at one, they have a game in hand and they're 1 point back. So they're in a tight race. But to make this change this late in the season, they might get the coaches bump, AO, and like we talk about all the time, you fire a coach and then you get kind of new energy and stuff into your room. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, O?
Yeah, I think it could potentially help them get a couple wins down the stretch here and lock them into that third seed in the Metro,
Mhm.
which would have them playing Pittsburgh in the first round. And I know Pittsburgh's having a good year, but I still think the Islanders could definitely win that series against them.
For sure. That's the weaker. I mean, I think it's kind of the weaker side of the bracket. I mean, I think if we were all to make our playoff bracket, we'd probably have Carolina coming out of that side of the bracket just because they've been successful for so long, and I think it could be their time with Florida being out. But yeah, Pittsburgh, New York's probably one of the lesser exciting series, which still will be exciting. I shouldn't say that, but it'd be one of the ones that's like, I don't know, you just are going to pick Carolina most likely in the next round. But shocking news out of Long Island. Tommy, your kind of thoughts on the firing?
I mean, I think it's a setup for the future here. I mean, I think they know they're not going to make a huge playoff run, deep playoff run, so they kind of want to set up for the future. So I think that's what they were looking at there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't a hiring for like just the rest of the season. Maybe like what Tortorella will be in Vegas. I think this is obviously, I haven't seen anything on the news yet, but I think this is going to be a deal with Pete DeBoer on Long Island that's going to be years. I think this is a plan for the future, and it will go even farther after this year. Kind of go over to the Central. Tommy, for a while, it kind of looked like Dallas was pushing to take over Colorado. It doesn't look like that at all, but seems Colorado's most likely going to win the President's Trophy. They're going to get the 1 seed, have home ice throughout the entirety of the playoffs. And that leads to a matchup with Dallas in the first round. Most likely, you guys finish as the 3 seed in
Yep.
Minnesota. Your thoughts? I mean, we've kind of known that was going to be the matchup for a while. Like I said, there was a little bit of a push by Dallas when they got hot post Olympics. But
Uh,
what are your thoughts on Minnie's game right now, and facing up against Dallas probably in the first
I
round?
mean, I think they're playing well right now. I mean, either way, they're going to have to go through a powerhouse team. It's going to be a gauntlet. Either way, it's going to be Dallas, Colorado, or Colorado, Dallas. So, I mean,
Yeah.
they got to play their best. You got to beat the best to be the best. So, I mean, I'm not saying I'm thrilled to play Dallas, but I think I'd rather play Dallas over Colorado right now. So, I think they have the firepower to do it. It's just going to be if they can get out of it. I think a lot of game sixes and game sevens throughout that side. So, we'll see what happens.
Like, I look at Kirill Kaprizov. He's had a fantastic year. He's a fantastic hockey player. but he signed that $17 million AAV ticket that I don't think kicks in. I mean, it'll kick in probably next year or the year after, but um, you're going to need him to be a horse. And he's had a good year, but I mean, maybe not to what he expected, and probably a lot of Minnesota Wild fans. So he's going to have to really kick it into high gear alongside Boldy and Eric Sneck and guys like that. But I guess Owen, Seth, give me your thoughts and any sort of hedge to what team you think would win in that series and how many games potentially.
Yeah, Minnie's got a they're gonna have a tough go. If they make it through that, that's impressive. Um, you got to tip your caps to them. Those are two uh, top five teams in the whole
Mhm.
NHL.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, that'd be really cool. Those will be two very good series for sure. That'll be interesting to see how all the guys the Wild added, what they do for the team, and Quinn Hughes is he's gonna seize that opportunity. Big time player, from the Olympics, sending
Yeah.
USA to the gold.
Mhm.
So that'll be super interesting to watch. Oh,
Yeah, I think that series, Minnesota's like a good young team. They have a couple veteran players, like picking up Foligno at the deadline. But I have to go against Tommy in this one. I've been high on Dallas all year. I think this series will go the stretch. But I have a feeling Dallas takes it in 6 or 7 games.
I agree. And I even like the Michael McCarron pickup. Like they traded for him from Nashville. Like they made a lot of moves. They have cap space. Like Minnesota's a team, like Tommy, you know it. They're not going anywhere for years. They got a lot of cap space. They have their good defense, good goaltending. Hopefully they can get Quinn Hughes locked up. I know you probably want to see that get done, but I don't really have much doubt that that'll get done.
yeah.
And that's gonna be a fantastic series, probably the best series in round one. And then we'll kind of, before we go into the Pacific and we kind of talk about those three teams that's kind of all underwhelmed, other than Anaheim. Like this is no one kind of expected this, but all three of these teams would be just battling. And all the teams in the East wild card, 94 points, that Boston would be leading the Pacific. And then Ottawa, Detroit, Philly, Columbus, Washington would all be tied for first in the Pacific. So it's been an underwhelming year, but we kind of touch on the wild card here in the West. Right now, Utah, it looks like they're going to get the 1 seed because they're not catching Colorado, Dallas, or Minnesota. So it seems like, Utah's getting that 1 seed. They're going to play the first Pacific Division winner. But there's a really, really tight battle here for that second wild card spot. And
Yeah.
Seattle, for a while, it looked like maybe they had a chance. They've kind of fizzled out of it. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen. St. Louis is 5 points back, so that seems tight. So it kind of seems like a 4-team race. Right now, Nashville holds it, but they're tied in games played and points with LA. That just is a tiebreaker that has Nashville ahead of LA. San Jose is 2 points back, and Winnipeg is 3 points back. But it's important to keep in mind San Jose and Winnipeg do have games in hand. Do you have a team that you guys want to see sneak into that second wild card? And they're going to have to end up playing Colorado. So this all but seems like a very quick playoff run for any of these teams to make it in. But Nashville, LA, San Jose, Winnipeg, is there a team you guys kind of want to see make the playoffs, or is it just doesn't matter? Let's get that series over with Colorado, move on to the next round.
No, I think seeing the Sharks there would be sick. Seeing
Agreed, 100%.
I think he deserves that with the year he's had. I actually got a notification on my phone. It might have been from Twitter. I don't remember where it was from, but someone asked if Celebrini can get his team there. Is he in the conversation for the Hart? Don't
It's a
obviously.
real no,
I
probably
don't
not, but
think
it's a real
so,
question to have.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But yeah, I just saw that and I kind of thought about it for a little. But yeah, I think I'd like to see the Sharks.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I don't think this team's going to make it out of the first round. But I mean, I'd like to see Nashville. I think Nashville could maybe do something, maybe take a game or two. But I think either way, Colorado's going to destroy whoever they play there.
Yeah.
100%. We saw it with Nash or UC Soros for Team Finland in the Olympics. Like he has the ability to steal games. Now, I don't know if Nashville has the firepower to keep up with Colorado. Like I love Philip Forsberg. I think the world of him. He's a really good hockey player. Steven Stamkos has had a resurgence here. It just seems like there's no way any of these teams. Like I think I'd pick it max 5 games against Colorado, but I think I'm with Seth here on San Jose. It'd be really cool to see Celebrini, but I also do want to show love to the Jets. Like they had a really bad year, and they've really turned it on post Olympics. Hellebuck kept the momentum from winning the gold. Shifley's had a really good year, which is a snub from Team Canada. Let's just call it what it is. Kyle Connor's turning it on, but who do you have? You have a team that you kind of want to see sneak in and take on Colorado?
Yeah, I'd kind of have to go either San Jose or Nashville. San Jose has just been super fun to watch this year. The young stars they have, they're going to be great for years to come. And then Nashville, a little bit underwhelming year last year after bringing in Stamkos and a couple other big offseason guys. And this year they've turned it up a little bit. Got some key goal scoring from guys like Forsberg and Stamkos, and they have made a good run. So I wouldn't mind seeing them there as well.
100%. I mean, so many people had Nashville going like having a crazy year last year. So the free agency, they had a lot of money. It was talked about the Barry Trotz wanted to spend the money. He goes out and signs Stamkos. He signs Marchessault, signs Brady Shea, and just a complete underwhelming year. So good for them to kind of have a bit better of a year. But like I said, it's not even a great year. Like they're 36, 31, and 9. They're in the East along with a lot of the teams in the West. They're probably not even making the playoffs. They're they're on the outside looking in, but it's gonna be a good battle down the stretch. My guess, I can kind of see LA sneaking in. I think they have a lot of power with Kempe Byfield. I like their back end, the top of it.
Can they get in nicely?
Absolutely. And I think LA probably gets it, but neither here nor there. I think we're all on agreement that Colorado gets that done.
Yeah.
Now, lastly, we'll kind of touch on the Pacific here. It's Edmonton, Anaheim, Vegas. Those are going to be your 3 teams, 1 through 3. Now the order is who knows? They've all played 70. Yeah, they've all played 77 games. They have 5 games to go. Oilers are at 87 points. Anaheim's at 87 points. Vegas is 1 back, which is a big win for them yesterday to steal 2 and not let it get to overtime. So they're 1 back at 86. Edmonton is important to keep in mind. Edmonton will have the tiebreaker on any of these teams if it all finishes with their equal in points. But I kind of think I don't think Anaheim wins it. I think they're going to finish in that 2 or 3. Now I don't know if it's Edmonton or Vegas. I kind of want Edmonton to finish first and play Utah. I think the Oilers would beat Vegas. Like I don't want to not say that. But I just think it's more of a challenging first round. They've been there, done that. They've obviously played well since bringing him in.
Yeah.
But Utah's really fun to watch. Like, I know you're high in Utah with Cooley and Keller and them, but I think there's just an inexperience there, and I think that Edmonton could take care of it. But so I'll go Edmonton to finish 1, and then you get Anaheim, Vegas. I don't know what your guys' thoughts on it are, but it seems all locked in that those are the top 3 in the Pacific. It's just what the order is.
Yeah, I ride with that. I agree. You kind of hit everything there, so not really much else to say.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of been higher on Anaheim than you guys have. I could see them maybe finishing first there, but I mean, I think it's going to be close. It's a tight race, so you never know what happens. I don't think Vegas is going to get first. I think they like to choke there in the end, but I think Anaheim's gonna take it.
Yeah.
I have been pretty high on Utah this year. A super fun team to watch with their young guys. Definitely going to be good for the next couple years. But like you talked about the inexperience in the playoffs. I think it's good that they made it in there this year. It'll be good experience for the younger players, but I can't see them taking Edmonton or Vegas if they have to meet them in the first round.
I think Jack Michaels talked about it on the broadcast yesterday when I was watching a bit of it. We were traveling home. It seems like a massive collision course just for Edmonton, Vegas to play in the second round. Like if they don't play in the first round, like they're going to meet at some point in the playoffs. It's either the first round, but I guess with our predictions, we're probably seeing them in the second round. But Edmonton's got an interesting schedule next week. So they're off today. They're off Monday. And then that's a 3-game road trip for next week. They play Utah Tuesday. Next day, back-to-back late game against San Jose. And then they play Saturday night against LA. So it's not the hardest schedule. Like it's 3 teams that are all right in that playoff race, Utah, San Jose, LA. But the Oilers got to take care of business. It sucks. Zach Hyman was just ruled out for the 3-game road trip. So he's going to be staying in Edmonton doing his rehab. Yeah. Leon Draisaitl, there's good news. He was going to start skating within the next week or so. There's a chance that they were saying he might play in the final 2 games, which are against Colorado and Vancouver. But the Oilers got to get healthy. I think health is more important than where they really finish. I think, it's if they're healthy, they would all say it. They think they're the best team out of those 3. So it's important for them to stay healthy, get healthy, and we will see how that all shakes down. I guess we can talk about the games today. Tommy, if you want to hit on it quickly, you have a couple winners that you feel confident in. Games have started. The Wild are playing the Red Wings, but we got kind of games rolling through all night, and it seems like it's kind of an Eastern Conference day. Like there's a lot of teams that need wins. Senators play; they're hosting Carolina. Philly needs a win; they're hosting Boston. So fire away your picks, Tommy. What are you reading here?
I have Boston at +110 on the day. I mean, underdogs coming in. I think they're going to be great. I do have the Canadians over the Devils today. And then I have Colorado Avalanche -1.5 today against the Blues. I think they're just the best team in hockey right now. So I think they're going to beat the crap out of them.
Absolutely. Seth, Owen, our little Tim Hortons segment here. You guys want to fire away some of your goal scorers for the day? And it's been rough the last couple of days. We haven't been very good. We got to get back on. Rough.
Bad looks. First box today, I went with Sid. I don't know. He's the GOAT. Can't really say much else. Second box, I got Alexei Protas. He's skating first line with Strome and Ovi. So he's got some really good players. We'll see. He's not on the first power play unit, I believe, but I don't know. One of the best options. And then Broberg, he's been hot lately.
Yeah.
I know they do have a hard game tonight, but when a player's hot, he's hot, right?
Miss that guy in the Oilers lineup. That's neither here nor there. Owen, what do you got?
I got Sid in the first box as well. These are still games that they need to win. And he's having another phenomenal year. Second box, I got Fraser Minton, who's been getting some playing time up on the first line with David Pastrnak, and he's also having a great year. And then last box, I got Nick Cousins from Ottawa. So I don't know if I have a ton of faith, but could luck out and get one from him today.
Yeah, throw it up and
throw the dart, hope it hits.
Yeah.
I went with another Pittsburgh guy, a little different than you guys. I went Malkin. He had that 4-point game. I don't know if it was Friday. I think it was Friday, or it might have been yesterday, but Malkin had that 4-point game. They routed a team pretty good. Dylan Holloway, I had him in fantasy, helped me win it all. They play Colorado, but I don't know. I haven't really watched Colorado and dived into it hard. They know they're in the playoffs. They have no Cale Makar. We should have touched on the Cutter Gauthier injury. I hope he gets healthy. You want to see the best players in the playoffs, but yeah, I got Holloway scoring in the second box, and then I went Keandre Miller, same as you guys. Third box was rough. Pick a guy, hope it hits. Anything else you guys want to talk about hockey-wise before we kind of touch on the Final Four here?
Thoughts on the scoring race lately? Caulfield has been electric.
Mr. Saturday Night, yeah, he made a push for the Rocket. I still think McKinnon gets it done. I think he's 2 up right now. Maybe 3 up. Yeah, so I think McKinnon gets it done, but what a year for Caulfield. And I believe, don't quote me on it, I'll pull it up, but Caulfield's locked in long term at a very, very good deal for Montreal, and he's going to be electric in the playoffs. And I don't want to say it because I'll save it for our Stanley Cup playoff predictions when the bracket officially drops, but Montreal boys, I'm serious. I think they can make a run. They're going to play Buffalo or probably in the first round. And I don't know. I like Montreal a bit more than Buffalo. Buffalo's had such a good year, such a good year.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Montreal, yeah. So yeah, Cole Caulfield here. He's locked in at $7.85 million till 2031.
Oh, yeah. That's the value.
It's a steal of a ticket. Kent Hughes got the deal done. He's locked. Not surprising. He's got a lot of their young talent locked in for a long time. But yeah, kind of going off topic. I think McKinnon gets it done for the Rocket. But Caulfield's had nonetheless a phenomenal year, and a guy that we will probably see wearing the red, white, and blue for Team USA in the following years.
You'd hope so.
Yeah, I think McKinnon takes it as well. Caulfield has been slowly adding on to his goals every year. I definitely see him leading the league in goals in recent years and years to come coming up.
Yeah, he'll be a future 50-goal scorer, no doubt. And he's probably going to hit it this year. He's got games to do it, and he's phenomenal. But kind of touched on the Art Ross, I guess, before we go to Final Four.
Yeah.
It's tight. It's real tight. McDavid got a one-point lead on Kucherov. Kucherov missed a couple games with injury or illness. I don't know what one it was, but I hope McDavid gets it done. It's tough. Kucherov, I think he's going to win the Hart, to be honest. What he's done and the gap between the next guy, which probably is Jake Gensel, It's unbelievable. Kucherov is having a phenomenal year. I'll ride. I'm biased. I'll go McDavid to win the Art Ross, but it feels like Kucherov's winning the Hart. Hey boys, like that seems. I don't know.
Yeah.
He had that crazy stretch, and it's just what can you say about him?
Yeah, coming out of the Olympic break, Cooch kind of just poured it on. I think we talked about it a few pods ago, but yeah, he's just been
Hmm.
electric. But
Yeah.
let's read Goilers, baby. Connor's gonna get her done. Especially with these meaningful games coming up.
Yeah.
Obviously we want to stay healthy. The Oilers want to stay healthy, but like Connor's the big dog, right? Like he's
Yeah.
on Hyman for the next few and dry.
Well,
So
he's got Savoy and how good he's been. I know we've talked ad
yeah,
nauseum about it, but how good has Matt Savoy been?
yeah,
But
he's been
your thoughts? Oh, and Tommy, kind of on the scoring race. Who do you think finished with the most points?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think I'd also have to go with McDavid. Cooch is having a phenomenal year. But yeah, like you said, without Draisaitl and Hyman, they're hoping to pull a couple wins together in the last couple games, and I think McDavid's going to be a key part of that. He's going to try to put the team on his back as best as he can, be racking up a couple points each night.
Yeah, Tommy.
I'm gonna take Kucherov just to be different. Screw the Oilers.
But one thing also, the Oilers, McDavid has never won a division title, I believe, which is an insane stat. That he's never won a division title. So this is going to be interesting to see if he finally gets it done. But we'll move on to the final four here. I know, Tommy, I'll let you start it off. UConn,
I called
give
that.
it to
called
us.
it.
All three of us at Arizona, they got absolutely shellacked by Arizona. That wasn't even close. Or Michigan absolutely shellacked Arizona. Sorry, that was a blowout. So we can kind of tee off the game here. Michigan, UConn. One coach has never lost in a national championship. Michigan looks like a wagon that's ready to take the title. Tommy, your thoughts? The game tomorrow. Obviously, you've had UConn for a while. It was a great pick. They weren't even a 1 seed, but talk to us about your Huskies.
I mean, I got to take UConn again. I mean, you have to ride him, Dan Hurley. I think he's the best coach in college basketball right now. You can't argue it. I mean, Lendenborg got hurt, sprained MCL, they said, and he's got a messed up ankle. Terrace Reed for UConn has been playing his butt off. Solo Ball has been playing great. So, I mean, everybody's taking Michigan. I think it's 8.5 points, 7.5 point spread right now.
Yeah, 7.5, 8.5. Yeah,
Something crazy for a championship game. I mean, I think UConn kind of likes being the underdog. They've been underdogs in the past 3 games, I believe, since Michigan State. So,
yeah.
I mean, why not UConn?
Absolutely. When Dan Hurley's talked about it, they kind of embraced the underdog role for the past couple games. So I guess I'll give mine. I mean, I'm really going to do this again, aren't I? I'm going to take Michigan. They are going to beat Dan Hurley. Dan Hurley is going to lose. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't agree with the public and like the betting markets, I guess, of it, that it's going to be that big of a game. Like I feel like it's going to be close. We're going to have a close game in the final 2 minutes, but I'll take Michigan. They seem ridiculous. Like they've had such a good tournament. So,
yeah.
But I'm going to eat my words. So I bet you UConn does something special, but throw it over to Owen and Seth, your guys' predictions on the game tomorrow.
Well, it was funny because me and Reed were making our brackets and we were talking about it and we looked at each other. We're like, so Dave Portnoy and his boys, do we ride
he
it?
warned us. Yeah, he warned us. He said Michigan.
Are we going to try it or no? And we both agreed we wouldn't ride Michigan and ended up both choosing Arizona. Wasn't like it was just a coincidence. But yeah. Now I'm not gonna go against Portnoy. That guy has horseshoes, so go Michigan, bro.
I guess so. Owen?
I won't make Tommy ride this one by himself.
Nice.
I had UConn beating Duke as well and going to the Final Four. So I'll ride UConn with them in the finals.
That's the thing. I want UConn to win. I think it's a much better story than Michigan. I shouldn't say much better story because they've been to 3 of the last 4 national championships. Like this is anything new, but I like Dan Hurley as a coach. I think he's the best coach in college basketball. He's awesome. Yep. And for Tommy's sake, I think this would be pretty cool. He's had a phenomenal year in March Madness in his bracket. So I do hope UConn wins. but I think Michigan's just that good. So if you
Yeah.
told me I had to make a prediction, I will go Michigan. But yeah, a little disappointed in Arizona. Jaden Bradley, what was it, Tommy? He had more fouls than points like halfway through the game.
Yeah, he had 4 fouls and 3 points at one point. So
Not good enough.
Brutal game for
Yeah.
Jaden.
Yeah.
But I think his name's Braden Burries. He's really good all tournament. He's going to be a high pick in the NBA draft. So I liked riding Arizona. It was fun while it lasted. They are no longer. It should be a phenomenal championship game tomorrow. Last thing before we sign off, we'll tee up the Frozen Four final. We'll give you our predictions in our next episode because the games aren't till what is it, the 9th though? 4 days from now.
Yeah.
So the first game we have Michigan, Denver, two powerhouse hockey, schools. I think Michigan. Denver is like UConn at basketball. You don't think they're gonna win. You never pick them. They love the underdog role. I'm gonna go Michigan again. I'm gonna say it. I think Michigan beats Denver. I'm probably gonna eat my words again, but I think Michigan gets it done. I'm high on Michael Hage. I think he's really good. I think he's gonna be awesome for the Montreal Canadiens in the future. I think they get it done over Denver in a really close game that I could actually see going to overtime.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I think it will be a close game. Denver handled Western Michigan 6-2.
Yeah, they did. That was crazy.
With Western Michigan being the 4 seed. So I do think Denver can keep it close with Michigan. I would almost rather see Denver go to the finals. I'd rather see them win over Michigan, but I'm not too sure if that's going to happen or not.
Yeah. Tommy, Seth?
I took Denver here. I hate Michigan. I hate Portnoy. Kidding. I don't hate Portnoy. I just hate his
yeah, hear that, Dave?
But hey, if you ever want to hit me up, Dave Portnoy, I'm here. But I got to go Denver. Like the underdogs. So
no, for sure. They're let's preface that like they are a really good team. Michigan's the 1 seed. Oh, what did you say Denver was? The 5 or the 6?
I believe they were the 5 seed.
So they're a really good team. David Carl's one of the best coaches in college hockey. He's been like that for years. He helped lead the U.S. to a great stretch in the World Juniors the past couple of years. So I think a lot of them and a lot of NHL coaches have reached out to David Carl. Every year in the offseason, he's reached out to. He sticks it in at Denver, doesn't leave. So I think it's going to be a really good game. But we'll move on to North Dakota, Wisconsin. And I'll let you kind of take this if you want to talk about North Dakota a little bit.
I can talk about them a little bit. My younger brother is a North Dakota commit, hoping to be there in a year or two from now. But they've had a great first 2 games of the tournament, shutting out both teams in a 3-0 win and a 5-0 win. And they're set to play Wisconsin, who just had a big upset on Michigan State, who was looking like they were going to make a pretty good run here. I believe Wisconsin's hot, so I believe they can keep this a close game. But I think North Dakota is playing really good hockey right now. Verhoff's supposed to go pretty high in the draft this year. Have a couple big key offensive threats on that team as well. Goaltending's been great. I think North Dakota will win this first one.
I am in agreement. I think North Dakota. First of all, if you haven't watched the Spit and Chicklets YouTube video, going over North Dakota's facilities, I 100% recommend to do that. That looks like it's unbelievable. Yeah, it looks like a place to be, and I bet Cooper's going to enjoy that in a couple of years, though. But I think actually I'm going to go. I think North Dakota puts BTA here. I think they beat Wisconsin, handle them well, and they're going to meet Michigan, which will be a phenomenal championship game. But I think this game isn't actually particularly close. I think Wisconsin's had a good tournament. They've had some good upsets, but I think North Dakota with Reshny and Verhoff, I'm probably missing a lot of key other guys, though. But I think they handle Wisconsin and they find their way into the championship game.
Pios and Nordak, and I think that'll be really good. I think each of those teams are going to handle the others in the semis here, and we're going to get a killer championship game.
Yeah, I like North Dakota too for everything you guys said. You guys said everything about it. So
so we're all 4 of us North Dakota to beat Wisconsin. Me and Seth have Michigan, and Tommy and Owen have Denver, so which is set up to be a really good Frozen Four. yeah, I hope everyone enjoys the game tomorrow. I think that's it, boys. For if you guys wanted to say anything, got anything, but I think we hit on pretty much all we got.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I hope everyone enjoys the Michigan UConn game tomorrow. It should be a phenomenal game. Everyone enjoy the stretch run of the playoff. We'll be back in a couple days to, it'll be by the time we probably talk next, we're going to be down to the very last few games in NHL, and we should have a better understanding of, the matchups potentially and some teams that maybe in, maybe out. We also will have better understanding of the Hart race, the Art Ross, stuff like that. So thank you guys for listening. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the support. If you haven't, go check out our previous videos. With that being said, we are Core 4 and we are out. Peace.
Happy Easter.
Yep.
Absolutely.